Hey everyone, just a quick ask before we get into the newscast. If you really like Wake Up, I would love it if you gave us 5 stars on Spotify or Apple Podcasts and drop a quick comment there to let people know about this newscast. It would really help people discover us. All right, on with the news. Wake up, Pittsburgh. I'm Matt Peiken. Let's kick off your week with the Monday morning newscast for February 16th. Pittsburgh area school districts are tightening guidance for staff as immigration enforcement fears ripple through local communities. Allegheny has issued directions to bus drivers and school staff emphasizing that students can't be removed without district personnel or local police and that agents must show identification. Penn Hills is drafting procedures focused on warrant types, while Riverview has adopted a policy placing the superintendent in charge of any response to federal agents. Concerns surged after Oakmont father Jose Flores was arrested last month while taking his daughter to school and later released. You can read more about this in the Post-Gazette. A Valentine's Day rally brought about 200 demonstrators to Springdale to protest the immigration detention of Randy Cordova Flores, a Peruvian immigrant taken into custody after a February 10th traffic stop. Organizers say he has a pending asylum claim and work authorization, and they're urging the bureau to reconsider an agreement that effectively deputizes Springdale police to help federal immigration authorities identify, detain, and begin removal proceedings against immigrants. The event drew supportive honks and a tense confrontation when a motorist stopped to heckle protesters. Elected officials are seeking answers about the detention. Read more about this at WESA. Western Pennsylvania homeowners and local governments are converging on the same demand, a countywide property reassessment in Allegheny County, where taxable values have largely stayed frozen since 2012. Homeowners say the outdated system shifts the burden onto people in weaker markets while growing neighborhoods benefit. Meanwhile, a surge of assessment appeals, especially from large commercial properties hit by remote work vacancies and a lower common level ratio, has cut into the tax base. Appeals cost local governments about $25 million last year alone, fueling budget stress and fresh tax hikes. You can read about this in the Post-Gazette. Pittsburgh's Urban Redevelopment Authority has voted to start planning a borrowing package of up to $50 million to spur downtown development through a Transit Revitalization Investment District, or TRID. The board must vote again before issuing bonds. Under the proposal, the Golden Triangle would receive infrastructure investment, while future increases in tax revenue from downtown, the North Shore, and the Strip District would be redirected to repay the debt over time. The plan would not reduce current property tax revenue to the city, county, or schools. Read more about this at Pittsburgh Public Source. And here's an academic program everyone in the U.S. could get behind. The University of Pittsburgh is launching a new civil discourse initiative called Pluralism 360, backed by a 4-year, $2.7 million grant from the U.S. Department of Education. Program leaders say it will teach students how to navigate real differences in values through coursework, online tools, extracurricular programming, and community partnerships. The grant comes as Pitt faces concerns about campus speech and polarization, including a failing grade in the 2026 Free Speech Report from the Foundation for Individual Rights and Free Expression. Faculty and student leaders say the effort could strengthen dialogue if pluralism is taught with context and nuance. Read more about this in the Pitt News. Our free newsletter is a quick local news digest, essentially this newscast in written form. Subscribe at wakeuppit, that's pit.transistor.fm. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at wakeuppit, and please share this podcast with your friends who care about this city. I'm Matt Peiken. Thanks so much for starting your weekdays with Wake Up Pittsburgh.